Good morning and welcome to episode 156 of Coffee with Mr. Green. Today's topic, I really wanted to return to one of those trauma-informed approaches. I want us to really think about and be able to practice recognizing, oftentimes they're called triggering moments. I like to think about them as emotional irregularities, right? And to break that down is that your brain, right, is that translator. It's like Google Translate. And so it's throwing things at it and it's responding with an emote, right? And it emotes an emotional response. And sometimes when we have suffered things and gone through pain, those emotions that, we've gone through connect to random things, whether it's sounds or tones or emails, and it's really difficult sometimes to navigate those, because what tends to happen with me is that I internalize that emotion, and that moment in time does not make who I am. And if it's an emotional irregulation, then that has nothing to play, and my response is completely not matching the moment. So what do we do when this happens? Well, first we have to cope, right? We have to address the emotion that we're dealing with. We have to use those strategies. Once we recognize that we're going through an emotional irregulated right now, okay, we can self-regulate with some of those strategies such as tapping or breathing or grounding, cluing into those senses, right? We can co-regulate by asking someone else to help us, maybe give us a break, maybe help me, can you just go for a walk with me? And then we need to isolate that moment, right? We need to isolate it and say, this has happened. I read an email that triggered a response. Now, I reread the email and realize here's what actual facts are, and I can deal with this. I'm going to set a boundary. This is not me. I'm not defined by a single emotional irregularity or speech impediment, but rather, this has happened. I have experienced this. A truck honked at me going fast on my bicycle this morning, or whatever the situation is, and maybe that brain matchup was matched up with my grandma dying. Those things don't match, right? But sometimes we get triggered, whether we're in a classroom or work setting or playing sports, right? A past injury is a traumatic event, and sometimes a single play will remind us of that event, and we'll have an emotional regularity. So we need to find ways to navigate these moments that allow us to be the healthiest that we are and make those around us better. As always, like and subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and let's keep on learning.